Hello, this is Julian from Tutors 11 Plus. Today we're going to do a short video on antonyms, words that are opposite in meaning, and synonyms, words that are similar in meaning. Now, during this video, we're going to have a couple of exercises. So what I want you to do is, when we get to that point, I'm going to ask you a question. I want you to pause the video, attempt the question, so try to find synonyms for some of them and antonyms, and then press play again, and we'll go through it together. So do remember to pause the video at some points, go through the questions, and then we'll come back. Let's begin with synonyms. So synonyms are words which are very similar or have the same in meaning. So I could have a sentence such as, the student was bright. Bright. So let's find some synonyms for the word bright. Well, I could replace bright with smart or clever, or I could have intelligent. So there you have a few synonyms for bright. It's also important to remember context. The word bright can also be used to mean shiny, or it could mean sparkling. So it's very important to remember the context of the word bright in this case, which is smart, clever, and intelligent. Let's attempt an exercise together. So here's a question for you, quite tricky. In each group below, I would like you to underline the word which is similar in meaning. So each of these words, noisy, sight, shrine, etc., one of the words below is a synonym. I'd like you to stop the video and try and attempt these for me, and then press play when you've finished. So remember to stop the video. Right, I hope you've managed to try these 20 questions. Let's do these together, let's solve them. So, the first one, a synonym for noisy. A synonym for noisy is rowdy. For sight is a scene. So we've got here actually a number of nouns, we've got a number of adjectives, and we have a number of verbs that we're looking for synonyms. So quite a variety here, and some of them are quite tricky. So a synonym for shrine is a tomb. To astonish is to surprise. To give an option for someone, is it giving, agree, choice, or opposite? It's to give someone a choice. Number 6, slender. To be slender is to be slim. Number 7, terror. Is it the dog? No, that doesn't sound right. An option, fear or anxious. It is to fear. Terror is fear. To be sleek is to be smooth. Number 9, lean. Is it bend? No. Understand, mean or thin? It is thin. To be stern with someone, is that to be lenient? Is it storm? Is it strict or a chimney? It's not a chimney, it's certainly not a strict. To be stern is to be strict with someone. To be robust is to be strong. To surrender is to yield. That was a hard one, I think. To be sturdy is to be strong. A synonym of sturdy is strong. To squirm is to wriggle. Number 15, suspend. Now suspend as in to hang from something, so that is hang. Number 16, begin is to commence. Number 17, to be stubborn is to be obstinate. A steed, this is a noun. A steed, is it a deer? Is it a horse, a goat, or a pig? It's a horse. To thrust is pushed, and tested is tried. So there you go. Give yourself a mark out of 20. I got 20. Well done me, and well done for that. Let's now move on to the next one, which is antonyms. So, antonyms are words which are opposite in meaning. For example, I could say that the athlete was slow. I'm looking for antonyms, so words that are opposite. I could replace slow with fast or quick or speedy, perhaps. Speedy. So there's a few options for an antonym of slow. Now, here, one of the things I want you to note is that with antonyms, you can often change the word with a prefix or a suffix. So, for example, the word encourage, the opposite of encourage is discourage. So you would change the N and then have discourage. With export, for example, you could have import. So I'm changing the prefix, the beginning. And then you have the case of the suffix at the end of the word. I could replace the word careful, and the antonym of careful could be careless or merciless. So again, good ways of often finding an antonym for a word is by looking at ways of changing the prefix or the suffix. So let's try an exercise. Again, I'd like you to pause the video. What I want you to do here is there are a number of words such as back, hot, temporary, ugly, quiet. I've given you the first letter of the antonym, so it's a very specific antonym I want you to give. If you could pause the video and attempt these questions, and we'll come back and see how you've done. There are 20 questions here. Right, I hope you've managed to attempt all of those. Again, some of them are quite tricky, and the answers are here. So have a look at your answers and how did you do with back? The antonym of back is front, hot is cold, temporary, the opposite is permanent, to multiply, the opposite of multiplying is to divide, sadness, happiness, not happy, by the way, it's very important to try and get the same style of word. Alive is dead, future, past, heavy, light, hero, villain, north, south, ugly, pretty, quiet, loud, love, hate, guilty, innocent, failure, success, difficult, easy, cheap, expensive, strong, the opposite of strong is to be weak, to sell, the opposite of to sell is to buy, and polite, rude. So there you go. Out of 20, give yourself a mark out of 20. I got 20 out of 20 again. So there you go. That's some questions on antonyms and synonyms. And that was synonyms and antonyms. The best way to learn more synonyms and antonyms is to read, and to read as widely as possible. So do keep reading, read as many different books as you can, and you'll gradually build your knowledge of antonyms and synonyms.